Welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you're brand new here. I'm delighted today to bring you a brand new series of videos which I'm going to start calling the Stitch Diaries. Now, the reason I'm moving over to the Stitch Diaries over from Sew and Tell, I think sew is a bit, of a one kind of genre, isn't it? And obviously I bring you more than sewing. I bring knitting and crochet and various other things, even though sewing is my main craft. So that's the reason for the new series. So what I'll do is, because it's a new series, I'll introduce myself. I'm Claire. I call myself Claire Who Makes Things on social media. However, on Facebook I'm known as Periwinkle Cottage Crafts, just because I've had that account the longest over anything else. So that's why it's got a different name, and I've tried to change it to Claire Who Makes Things, but unfortunately Facebook says no, so it has to stay as Periwinkle Cottage Crafts. A little bit about myself. I live in middle of England with my husband and our 3 teenage sons, and we have 2 dogs, 4 cats and 2 hens. So my style of video is basically a video diary of the things I make. I'm not a business, I don't sell my makes, but I do just do it as a hobby basically, and I just like to share my crafty journey with you. So I'm going to send you over to what I've recorded this week, so I'll see you in the next bit. Bye. Now we're in a new month, so it's a whole new month of crafting, so it's going to be a combination of a bit Christmas and other things. So maybe some dressmaking might get thrown in here and there, I don't know yet. However, I am wearing something I've made actually. This is the toaster. Is it toaster? Yeah, toaster sweater, the boat neck version. But my arms are small. We don't know why my arms are small, and I don't know if my arms are particularly long, but I don't know if I went wrong somewhere. But I've looked at everybody else's, and nobody else has got short arms on there. So who knows what I did when I made the toaster sweater? But I will revisit that pattern this year, hopefully. And yeah, what I'm going to do actually in soon, and it will keep you dressmakers happy, is I'm going to get all my dressmaking fabrics out, all the ones that I've not cut into, and maybe ones with a substantial piece that I can make a garment out of, so I can kind of think, what can I make out of my stash that I haven't got to buy anything. I don't think I've got a huge stash of dressmaking fabrics, but who knows, maybe when I look through I've probably got more than I think. And I was in the So Hayley Jane club for about 14 or 15 months, and I know there was a huge amount of fabrics didn't end up using. So because I'm what it is, I wear more knit garments, stretchy garments. I'm quite, I'm a figure skater, I'm quite sporty, I'm a mum of boys. I like things I can move in. I've got pets, I walk my dogs. Woven, it's not my favourite thing really to wear. So, and dresses and, like floaty dresses, I've kind of gone for more structured dresses, like the Christine Haynes Sylvie dress, things like that. So, but I have made the Wilder gown now, so, but I put my Wilder gown on actually today, and I just thought, I don't know if I like it. I just don't know if it's really my thing, really. I just don't know. Anyway, right, back to what I'm getting up to now. So, excuse me with my lollipop. I just thought, what, I've got a little bit of time now, I can chat to you. And I'd open this and I thought, I'm going to come and have a chat to you. Now, I'm making some thank yous to people. I've got people to thank. I want to thank Sharon. Sharon sent me the felt for marmalade. I want to thank Lindsay for sending me the Ugg boots for Luna. I want to thank Katie for sending me the ice skates, right? Sorry, Katie, I've got there for a second. I've got them up there for the ice skates. And I'd like to thank Poppy for my prize, because I purchased something and I won a prize. So those are 4 definite thank yous. Now I'm thinking of making thank you postcards, right, with a sewing theme edge to them. Now I've got some quite thick card here. I think this is 300 and something GSM. It's quite thick, so I thought it's my thickest card I've got, I think. So, well, I think it's 300, I'm guessing. I'm a paper crafter, so I can kind of guess the kind of thickness of card, right, because I've worked with so much of it. Now, this was an A4 sheet, and I've looked up what the size of a postcard is, and in the UK, let me jog my memory, it's, I'll say in millimetres, 408 millimetres, so that's basically 14.8 centimetres, by 105, is that right? 105 millimetre or 10.5 centimetres. So basically I've tried to think how I was going to cut these out, and I've actually managed, out of one A4 sheet, I've managed to cut 4 of those, right? And this is on my waist. So I've never cut postcards before. So I have discovered cutting an A4 sheet. Now bear in mind, A4 is different size in the UK to the USA. They're slightly shorter than us on one edge and then longer on the other edge. So I'm sorry if you're in the US, but your postcards are different sizes to us. I've had a look. When I can't look now because it was on my phone and I'm filming off my phone, but I've managed to get 4 out of these, right? So now maybe I'll do a thank you to Kerry as well for the trick or treat box as well, because I obviously, if you saw my last video, I obviously got the treat box, not the trick box, even though the trick box wasn't going to be disappointing. Now how I cut my card this time, I've got various cutters, but this is, I'm going to sneeze, excuse me. Oh. Oh. Bless me. Sorry about that. Right. Oh, whether I've cut that out or leave it in, I don't know. But this is my crocodile. Now, there's 2 different crocodiles you can get. You can get one that doesn't have this bendy arm, but it's quite big. Or you can have one with this bendy arm. Now, I've got various cutters. It's not my only cutter. I've got a guillotine. I've got a Stampin' Up cutter. I've got a few cutters, because paper crafting, you seem to collect these things. But this was the one I picked up today. There's pros and cons to this. I do like it, but there's other things I wouldn't use it for. And it lights up, but I think the bulbs are going in it actually. So let me pop that down here. So I have got 4 postcards now. Now what my plan is, I am going to put them in an envelope, I think. I don't think I'm going to send them like that through the post. I think I will put them in an envelope. But I have got this lovely stamp. Now, normally the stamp that it is normally on there, but it isn't on here. But what does that say actually? Newly, but well, I bought this stamp from Mandy Shaw. Now, can you see what it is? It's like an old-fashioned sewing machine, like a Singer-style sewing machine. And it says, handmade with love. Now, but what I'm thinking of doing, I'm thinking of not just stamping it onto the postcard. I'm actually thinking of stamping it onto fabric and then attaching fabric to the postcard, right? That is my plan with that. That will be the decorative side. Now, on the other side, where is it? Let me get it. Oh, here it is. Oh, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp it with black, basic black, I think. Wow, I thought I'd got archival ink. If I've got black archival ink, I'll use that. If I can't find it, I'll use this Stampin' Up basic black ink. right? I'll let you know what I end up using, right? The reason I've got it in that tub is because I've took my paper craft out with me to a craft group before, and I didn't want it leaking in my bag. And when I was a Stampin' Up demonstrator, which I told you that I used to be in my last video, I collected this stamp, and it puts lines on it. Look, they're a bit like, you know, crazy lines. They're not neat. And it's quite a big stamp. But what I'm thinking of doing on the back, maybe I will put their address on it. Now, this is what I could do. I could stamp it on half of this and put the receiver's address this side and write my note on this side. I could do. I don't know yet. I'll probably put it in an envelope. But, or I could stamp. It would stick out. The edges would stick out. But I think I could stamp the whole of the back of it with that, right? So I've got some lines just to give it a little something. Now, initially, this is what I was going to stamp on the fabric. Was this stamp, thanks. It's a wooden stamp, look. Thanks. Now, I'm not a massive fan of the word thanks. If you've ever seen my replies on social media, I usually say thank you. I prefer thank you, not so much thanks. You know, I'm not saying I never use the word thanks. I say, oh, thanks, I might say, oh, thank you. You know, maybe I do, I don't know. I don't want to say I never say thanks and then I say it and I look an idiot. But my preferred way is thank you. I was going to put that, but maybe I could still do that. I could actually stamp thanks on the back of it. I might just, because I do calligraphy and things and I like writing, I might do my own writing and then do that on the other side, but on fabric. So what do you think? So it's just a little idea. So what I'm hoping to do, I'm doing this at the start of my video, so I'm hoping to get these done. Well, I say at the start, you'll have just seen shall I have showed it you? Maybe I'll put it on now. Right. Yeah, so this is the start of my video. So what I'm hoping to do is I'm going to get these posted off, and then hopefully by the time this video goes up, the people will have received them. That's what I'm hoping. Now, I was going to do this at the start, but no, I'm going to do it now. I've got a little bit of footage from the weekend. I did some boring things on the weekend. I spent half a day ironing, but I did empty the ironing basket, and I did unpicking of taking labels out for my family, and I sewed my son's combat trousers. Now basically, when you do like the bottom of some trousers, you don't have to necessarily cut your existing hem off. If there's a hem there, you can actually leave the hem in, so, and then just fold up what you need. So I've got some little bit of footage of me actually sewing my son's combat trousers. So what I'm going to do is I'll in a moment I'll send you over to that, and when I come back it will be another day, because what I'll do is I'll do some more footage when I come back another day. But there's something I want to show you before I go, and it's this. Right. Now it's full of weights at the moment. Let me just put them out. I might have to cut this out. Right, there we go. I've had to cut a bit out there because of the noise. Now this, it looks a bit wonky, doesn't it? Now, I've ended up having to rush this. This is the box I'm making for my nan, right? With those dies I showed you in my last video. But that's why I was weighing it down, because it's looking a bit on the wonk actually. But this is the box lid that I've made. But I did have to rush it, right? I've put that like basket style paper on top, and I've put this lovely feather kind of paper, and I've used craft card for the base. It looks a bit wonky, doesn't it? Oh dear. Right, that's why there was weights in it, because what it is, I put too much glue on it. Basically, I was using red liner tape. Have I got any here? I'd run out of some. I've had to buy some more today. Is it under here? Yeah. I was using that, which is quite good for boxes. It's not stamp. This is a Stampin' Up case. It's not Stampin' Up. This is from Hobbycraft. That was my Stampin' Up one. Wow. I basically was using that, and then I'd run out of it, and I was sticking the lid down, and I thought, oh, I'll put some glue down. And my husband said, this was Sunday, we've got to go, in a rush. So I basically put a load of glue and threw it on, and it's warped, basically. It has warped. But do you know what? It's not like I'm selling this. This is just like a gift, a spontaneous gift from my nan. I'm going to put things in it, so I don't think she'll mind too much, really. Let's hope she doesn't notice. You know, she has, I think she's had her cataracts done, so she might notice. My nan's in her 90s. I think she's 93. My nan's 93, 94 next year, and she's I always, what it is, I did say she's the same age as the Queen. She isn't the same age as the Queen, but it's what my mum told me. And then I mentioned it to my nan, and she was quite offended actually. She said, I'm not the same age as the Queen. And and then she said she didn't really want to get to 95. And I thought, oh gosh, you know, but which is very sad, you know, my nan's saying that, isn't it? But my nan had just lost her husband, because my nan lost my granddad many years ago. I just had something knock the window then. It's a bit spooky. Yeah, lost my granddad many years ago. I was very, very small. I have a slight few memories of him, not a lot. And then she remarried when she was about 60, so she ended up actually being married to her second husband, who was actually, she met before my granddad actually, but they got split up because of life circumstances. So it's quite lovely that they actually got together, but they both married different people. The partners had both died, re-met each other, got married, but my nan lost her husband. You know, it's been really very sad, and yeah, and that's what she said. It's been awful. So yeah, and we all hope she's, you know, coping okay. But my mum and her sisters have been, you know, rallying around a lot for my nan, obviously because they, you know, they have a bit more time obviously than the cousins. Oh gosh, my battery's going. Because we've all got, my cousin, he's got 3 boys as well. So yeah, and my one cousin has got a child, but he lives with my auntie anyway. So yeah, so quite a few of us have got, you know, handful of children that we're running around for. So our parents have got more time to spend with my nan. So I try and see my nan as and when I can. So this is what I'm planning on doing, making her a nice box of things and taking it over to her. Not for an occasion, just for something. So anyway, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to send you over to that footage I've taken of me at the sewing machine, and some dodgy footage of me at the overlocker, and then when I come back it will be another day, and maybe I'll have made some progress with something, or maybe I'll come back today. I don't know. I doubt it will be today, but who knows. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me for the start of this video, and I will see you in the next bit. Bye. Right, I'm getting to the end now. Now what I do here is I'll keep sewing. Sorry, I can't sew and hold this at the same time, so I'll just have to tell you what I'm going to do. Basically, that's where I started. You have to kind of come in at an angle. But what I'll do is I'll basically go over the beginning of these stitches and then I'll slide off. And then basically with my thread ends, then I just tie them off. Right, this is what it looks like. I've gone back over the first beginning bit and then I've kind of tried to come off and it's left here. And now I've got this tail, which I'll be threading onto a darning needle and I'll be tying off here and then snipping. And then when I've done that, I'll just literally fold that back down and I'll press it for my son. It's just a bit of a cheaty way of taking up some trousers, some compact trousers that have got like a drawstring in the ankle. Right, welcome back. I'm filming this on the 1st of November still. I've got this stamping tool kind of thing. It's really good for big stamps and it's got like a clear arm look. I'm really sorry, I can't remember what it's called, but there's so many things of these on the market. You basically put what you want to stamp on this side, you get your ink, you put your ink on, and then you close the door, and then it prints it onto there. And I'll get this here. I've done this 4 times on my 4 postcards. So now I'm going to be doing the decorative thing for the back. Well, I might actually write out the cards first and maybe then I'll do the decorative thing on the back. I'm not entirely sure, but I just thought you'd like to see you know, how to stamp. It's not the only way you can stamp, but this is just one way. Okay, right, welcome back. We've got a slight change of scenery for this little bit of video. This is my bedroom. Now, it is still November the 1st, and my husband, there's about half an hour till Emmerdale starts, and my husband said, what are you doing? I said, I've got my crochet hook out, and he said, well, I'm going to go down in the garden room. And I said, oh, okay. So he's gone down there, and I thought, I'll do a bit of crochet and things, but then I thought, oh, why don't I have a little chat with you and have a film? And but it's took me a while setting up, so I haven't got a whole lot of crochet done, and I know Emmerdale has started, but he hasn't come back up, so I can still talk to you. Now, I've been showing you that I've been working on these sprouts. Now, this is the one I made last year that I've already showed you in my last video, and this is I think it's got like a woolen and acrylic, I think, in that one. And this one is 100% cotton, Rico Arumi. They sell that in Hobby Craft, so you'll be able to get that if you like that colour. But I want to make a few more. So I'm just thinking I just want them in different greens. And I'm using double knit yarn, which is the weight of the yarn. So I've started one. I found this ball. I think this is 100% wool. I haven't got the ball band, and I think someone might have given this to me. I don't remember purchasing this myself. And I'm making another sprout, and it's working up lovely actually. So far, I've got the sprout face, but only one of the leaves. So this is, so it's looking a little bit odd at the moment, but I'll just show you next to the others. Look, see, that's the first one and that's my second one. So they're all going to be a slightly different shade. And have these got bigger eyes? If anything, I don't know if this one, I don't know if this one looks, oh no, I thought, does it look smaller? But I think it just, that looks bigger because it's got all the leaves going around it. So I've got another one on the go. And then I've got this olive colour. Do you know what I knit? I crocheted a autumn wreath. And hello. Sorry about that. Yeah, my husband gives me a little bit of time and then everybody wants to talk to me. So anyway, so I crocheted an autumn wreath from a magazine, and it was inside crochet, but then I wanted to make some extra bits for it, so I bought a crochet kit, and it was for a wreath but had no intention of making it. But I've got quite a bit of the yarn left over. Now this is 100% acrylic, but I really like this colour, and I think I used it. I've got the poison apple here. No, the poison apple's downstairs. I made the poison apple's leaf with this, so I might make a sprout with that as well. And then that will be 4 sprouts. And then I found this in one of my knitting bags, and I think I was I had a crochet magazine. I think I was doing some blocks, and I think I've abandoned this one, and by the look of it, it started coming undone. So I'm not going to bother with this. I'm going to undo it. But yeah, I'm going to make one with this colour. So I'm going to have a right collection of colours, aren't I? With these sprouts, and those are 2. Yeah, so a whole array of different colour sprouts. So yeah, and I'll just see what they look like, and I might make 5, so it'd be like a little sprout family, you know. So yeah, I don't know what my final plan with these sprouts is exactly, but at the moment I definitely know I want to do ones in different greens I've got, and I'd like at least 5, I think, to represent each one of my family, the 5 of us that live here. So what else do I want to show you? So I've got the pattern printed out here, but it does say it's from the Sarah Jane Hicks Amigurumi Christmas, $9.99, published by Search Press. And I'll show you the magazine. Simply Crochet. This is on the iPad, and it's that magazine there. So let me have a look. It's issue 104, and that's what it looks like. And the sprouts are up in that corner up there, look. So see if I can find the page actually, because I don't think I printed out all of the sprout pages, because you know when you want to save ink in your printer. Looking at these, they all look like they've been crocheted in cotton, but as you know, I've been crocheting them in you know, things with wool and stuff in, and I think they look even nicer than the 100% cotton actually. So yeah, so there you go. So if you can crochet, personally I think if you don't crochet, I think it's worth learning to crochet just to get sprouts. I think if I didn't crochet and I saw these, it wouldn't want to make me learn. The thing that really made me want to learn was daffodils. I just saw some crochet daffodils on a blog. I think it was at it 24. I saw these daffodils and I was won over, and I just had to, I'd had a few goes before and it hadn't worked out all right. So yeah, I ended up with a few knots here and there, but I persevered, got a bit mixed up here and there, but yeah, I got there in the end. So anyway, so I'm going to leave you there at the moment, and yeah, and that's it. And I've got to do some more work on those postcards, and I'm just making them out. I don't feel like being in the craft room this evening. I just feel like sitting in here crocheting, so that's what I'm doing. So thank you for joining me on my evening, which I don't normally do. But oh, and here you might be able to spot my sleuth or sloth, however you like to pronounce it. This is well, I say mine. I actually made this for my husband, and he's an owl and the sewing cat pattern, and his arms do come apart, look, and his legs. But he's so sweet, isn't he? And I've just have him here on the edge of the bed, hanging on here. So there you go. So that's where he hangs there. Oh, actually, I've got something else to show you. This was something I crocheted last week, but I saved it for this video. It's so cute, isn't it? This is the Caesar the Emperor baby chick. Now it is a tough pattern and I have used tough yarns. Now I bought the pattern, it was basically a magazine page that had been ripped out, and I bought it on eBay for £3.50. But you can get this pattern. Actually, somebody is selling the the fledgling kit. No, the fledgling patterns, and it's 5 little baby birds, and they're selling that on eBay. But I think you can get it from Toft. But I've made this in the steel, the charcoal, and the cream yarn, all Toft alpaca yarns. But oh, I'm just in love. I crocheted basically over a couple of evenings. I basically crocheted the body up to about there one evening, then the next morning I just finished the head off, and then another evening down in the garden room I crocheted the feet and the wings, and I sewed those on. But oh gosh, I absolutely love him, Caesar, the baby emperor penguin. So yeah, I'm getting a few little Christmas crochet bits done. And oh yeah, and that's that bowl, that magnetic bowl I was telling you about. I've started putting a few bits in that, and that's on my bedside. And here is a little chap that I made last year. You might be able to remember, I knitted this little mouse, this little ski mouse last year. I think the designer might have been Amanda Berry. Don't quote me, but I can double check that for you. But there was lots of little mice. And did I do any others? I can't remember now if it was the only mouse I completed or if I did any of the others. I can't quite remember, but I'm surely when I get my Christmas decorations out, I'll know which ones I did. But yeah, I was planning on making all the little mice in that magazine. So yeah, I'll be delving into that. And my lovely friend Lindsay has sent me a pattern to make a knitted Christmas pudding that you put over a chocolate orange. So I might be making some of those as well. So there's lots of knitting going on. So thank you so much for joining me in my bedroom this evening, and I'll see you in the next bit. Bye. Right, I thought I'd pop on for a quick hello. It is now the next day. I've remembered what this gadget is called. It's called the Misty, and it's a stamping tool, and this is it. Right, and it's still got the stamp on there. But yeah, I'm sorry, I couldn't remember what that is, but I haven't done any more progress on those cards at the moment. But you might notice I'm a little bit dressed up. I'm in my homemade button bracelet, my homemade crochet cardigan, my homemade, it's a dress by Tilly and the Buttons, it's the Cocoa dress, okay, and I've got my homemade bag, and I'm going off to Craft Group. It's the first time it's been open since lockdown, and I'm really excited, and I'm just going to do a bit of crochet there. So I'll let you know how I get on. So I'll see you later. Bye. completed the one side of this now. I've just got to stitch up this hole with the darning needle, and on this side obviously I've still got to complete the middle of it, but this is how this project is looking so far. Right, welcome back. Now this might be the final part of my video, depending on how long it takes me. I know I've got about 36 minutes of footage so far, so it just depends on how long I talk to you now, and I've got things to show you and things I've made and things. So anyway, now you might be thinking, I've seen this jumper in this video. Yes, you have seen this jumper. This was basically fabric that I won some time ago. I think it was sometime last year, and I won a metre of it, and I made a toaster sweater. So do you remember I showed you the toaster sweater by Sew House 7 at the very start of my video? I think it was on the 1st of November, if you've seen that clip. Well, this is the other version, and there's longer arms on this one. This one's got cuffs. It just makes me think, did I end up with short arms on my other one because I used the arm pieces off the other version? I don't know, maybe I did, I'm not entirely sure, but anyway, so it's quite nice that you've got to see two versions of this jumper in this video. I can't remember which one I made first actually now, but I made them during lockdown. So I have completed a few things. So now I was showing you this box that I've been working on for my nan. Well, basically the lid is as far as I've got. I've still got all the outer pieces, but yeah, that's as far as I've got. I've still got a load of weights in it because I've been trying to weigh it down, but I think the weights have done the trick. I think it's sorted it out, but I have been using it to weigh something else down. Now you'll have seen it in another clip of video, and I've been making these. So I've stitched them all on now. I've tried to leave it like a bit rustic. I've tried not to be like really perfect when I've sewn round. I've gone round like twice, so I've kind of tried to go off a bit just to make them look quite quirky, and this is how they look on the back. So I've just got to basically write something on them and send them to people, my thank yous and things. I haven't glued them on or anything. I've just literally stitched them. So hopefully they'll be okay. Maybe people, if they've got a notice board or something in their craft room, maybe they could put this in their craft room when they receive it or something. Or chuck it in the bin, I don't mind. So if you get one of these as a thank you, if you want to throw it away, I don't mind. But yeah, it's just that I want to say thank you to you. Anyway, right, now I have been purchasing, because I've still had some birthday money to spend, and I have been making. Now, you'll have seen me in this video, if I've decided to keep it in, me sitting in my bedroom, because my husband decided to go down in the garden room to do some DJing one evening evening, and I was just left on my lonesome, and I thought, do you know what, I'm going to have a chat with you. I was going to be doing what I was doing anyway, but I thought I'll come and have a chat with you. So I've made some more sprouts. So you've already seen this little chappie that I made last year that's been sitting in my son's bedroom that I've had back. And actually he's I said to him, would you like me to give him back, because I showed him my others, and he said, no, it's okay, Mum, leave him with his family. So I'm getting to keep him. And then I went on and then I made this one in a darker colour more. So that was, I think there is a bit of wool in there, maybe a mixture, but that looks like wool to me. Then I've gone on to make a cotton one in that Rico Arumi. And then I've gone on to make two more the same, virtually the same, but one's got a big chin because the way I've put the leaves on. But it's probably easier to take. I've taken a photograph, which I'll show you in a moment. But I don't know if I've shown you this little chap already in this video. This is Caesar. Caesar, the emperor, but the emperor chick. Penguin chick, that's it, and it's a tough pattern, and I've made this in alpaca yarn. I think I have shown you him already in this video, I'm sure I have. Oh, maybe it was when I was in my bedroom I showed you him, didn't I? Yes, I did. So anyway, I've taken a photograph of the sprouts and Caesar in my, a little basket, so you can see. I'll pop that up on the screen now for you to see. So that's probably a photograph I'll be sharing on social media in the future, but obviously I'll share it with you on YouTube first. But I've actually gone on last night to crochet something else, and this is it. This is quite cute as well. So this is rather clever actually, because it's crocheted. There is no sewing up. Right, there's no sewing up to do. You do crochet individual pieces, 5 individual pieces, and then you basically, if you're a knitter, you'll understand this term, you pick up stitches. It's a bit like that, a bit like picking up stitches, but you just start crocheting them all together basically. But it's really very clever, and I've really enjoyed making it actually. So what I've used for this, I haven't done it exactly like I was supposed to, but I did get the idea from a book, and it's a book I've had for quite some time, and it's this book, Amigurumi Winter Wonderland. Now, I have made something from this book before. I might have made 2 things. One I've definitely made, but one I can't remember if I ended up making it or not. But the picture looks very familiar. But I have made already in this. I'll try and find my own picture. The gingerbread house. That was the first thing I made out of this book many years ago, and but I don't know where it is. I think it's on here somewhere hidden, but I have looked for it and I can't find it, because I think I didn't ever want to put it in the loft with all the other Christmas decorations, because I didn't want it getting squashed, because there's actually cardboard in it supporting it. So yeah, it's not like a soft toy kind of thing. But I've gone on to make a star out of it. Now I'll show you the star in here. That is how the star's face meant to look. But I've gone with, there isn't a template for the face, but I went with a round face. And they've used beads for eyes. I've used safety eyes. And I've done my mouth slightly different. My husband said to me, mine's got a bit of a Thomas the Tank vibe about it. Which I looked at it and I thought, yes, it does look a bit Thomas the Tank Engine, doesn't it? Anyway, last night, can you see the glittery thread on there? Last night, I trekked off to Dunelm in Birmingham for this thread, because my husband and I are teaching our eldest son to drive, and so we're trying to give him lots of experience before his test. So I said, I had a look, and I could only get this silver thread. It wasn't in my local town, but Birmingham, you know, is not too far away. So I said, would you fancy driving into Birmingham? And I did a click and collect collect last night, and actually I was in Dunelm and they actually laughed when they went and got my click and collect. They actually laughed at me, and I explained what, you know, I was on a craft and I needed it for the next thing, but I don't know what but I found it quite funny that they laughed at me. That's what I was going in there just before closing, because they close at 9 o'clock, so we was probably in there about 8:30, 8:45 or something last night, getting that silver thread. But there you go. So that's where I got the shape from, but I've gone a little bit freestyle with the face and things. And like I say, there's no template for the face. I did think, shall I do an oval? But then I thought, am I going to wreck it? And then I thought, no, I'll go with a circle. And I went for bigger eyes, because when I showed my eldest son the photograph, he said it looks a bit creepy. Like, I don't think it looks creepy, but there you go. So I made sure I'd give it bigger eyes, because sometimes smaller eyes on things, on toys, they can make them look a bit sinister, you know. So yeah, sometimes it's better, they look a bit cuter sometimes if you give them bigger eyes. So that is what I've been getting up to, and I must admit I've been getting more crochet done than I have actually sewing in here, because with crochet and knitting I can sit in the evening when my husband and I are watching TV and things, and watching things with the family. So basically I crocheted my little Caesar all through Ghostbusters on Halloween, you know, so so I can do it in the evening and still be sociable with my family, but coming in here isn't all that sociable, so that's why I'm getting through those kind of makes a little bit quicker at the moment. However, I have had to you know, stitch these in here today, but nobody's here. All my children are in, well, my eldest, who is at college, is actually in work today, and the two youngest, the youngest is at school, middle one in college, and my husband's at work. So I am at home today, which is nice. So I've got to, and actually I've got my Singer sewing machine out today, and I kind of thought, oh, I shall thread it all up. So I've threaded it all up, and I've got it ready for like free motion embroidery. And actually I haven't sewn on it for a while, or done any free motion embroidery on it, and I've always kind of said I prefer free motion on my modern machine, but actually I've had a little go on it today, and I think I like the Singer better for the free motion. I think shading is, I don't know if it's because it's faster, but shading is so much nicer to do on it than it is on my modern machine. So yeah, so I might do a bit more you know, on it. The only problem is I can't, it's really difficult to leave out all the time. So yeah, and it's so heavy to move, so yeah, it's a bit unfortunate, isn't it, really? So maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll move it back in here. I don't know. So anyway, I have ordered some things and they've arrived. And what else? Oh, I have been doing more embroidery, my Mandy Shaw Secret Society embroidery, you know, these blocks that I'm working on. So I've got 2 blocks, which one I've done a good bit of the knitter one, but not started the jelly roll one yet. And I actually, oh, some news about the sprouts. Now, do you know the magazine I told you that it was in, which issue? WH Smith's, I popped in there actually. All my family were having their hair cut on Tuesday. So I just thought, oh, I'm in there a long time, because one barber is doing all 4 of them. So I thought I'll stretch my legs a little bit with my middle son, and we walked around to WH Smith's, and Simply Crochet have got a Christmas crochet like magazine basically, and the sprouts are actually in that. They're actually on the front page, so you can actually get them in a current magazine, so you don't have to get that old issue that I have. You could get that current issue, and then they're all Christmas makes in it. However, I've ordered the book. Now this is where the sprouts come from, right? And I'll show you the contents page. So can you spot the sprouts there? So there's all manner of little cuties in here, and yeah, I think I'm going to be making some more of them. that is my plan. Just leading up to Christmas, sitting in the evening, if I've got the yarns, and maybe I'll have to order some, I don't know. And I would like to continue with some knitting that I started last year. I was knitting some mice from a magazine, and I managed to do the ski mouse, but I didn't manage to do the others, so I would like to knit those mice as well. I think there was like an angel, there was a Santa, so yeah, I'll be looking at that as well. But obviously I have to consider how much time I've got between now and Christmas and things in the evening. So yeah, just don't hold me to anything, but I'm just going to plough through and see what I can get. Now, when I was in WH Smith's, I did end up getting a magazine. I treated myself. Now, I don't buy magazines anymore, only online, like digital ones, just because of having the place to store them. But I was absolutely won over by the free gift in the front. Do you know the plushine? Is it called plushine? Pusheen the cat. Pronounce it right. It's a 4mm crochet hook made by polymer clay, and there's a little stitch marker or progress keeper. People call them different things, don't they? But it's got like a little hook on it. It's not like a stitch marker that you can use on your knitting needle, but you could use it as a stitch marker in crochet. But you could use it as a little reminder in your knitting if you want to mark a certain place. You could just hook it on. So you got that with it, and this. Now, my middle son is cat crazy, right? And you get the actual pushing cat pattern in it, and a sloth or sleuth. I think it depends on where you're from. I think most people call them sloths, don't they? But I think the correct is sloth. But people think if you say sleuth, you're getting it wrong. But that's what I believe. And it's got a Christmas hat on, and there's a little candy cane, and there's a cookie, a wreath, and what's that there? A mitten and a cake. So there's a few little patterns in there, isn't there? So that's a nice freebie to get. And that's where you can't sometimes miss out when you buy magazines digitally. You don't always get the freebies that are included. And this is the magazine. It is Crochet Now. So yeah, I'm not going to obviously go through all this magazine now, but yeah, it looks lovely. Look at that crochet jumper. I did feel quite attracted to this jumper. I thought, oh, shall I make it? But it looks a bit like loose. I kind of preferred like a cuff kind of thing. Actually, you might have seen that crochet cardigan I had on early in the video when I was going to craft group, and I did go to craft group and I just ended up crocheting a sprout, and actually it's quite a good thing to take out. I've made so many of these, I don't need a pattern. I can just do them from my head now. So yeah, that's how actually I pretty much think I could do this from even though I've made one. I think I could do this without looking at the pattern now. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know when there's a lot of repetition? I think, yeah, if I didn't leave it too long, I could do it from my head. So, yeah, this is a lovely magazine. And, yeah, I'm not going to go through it. Unless, if anyone comments and say, please show it me. But just to let you know, there's going to be a new issue on the 11th of November. And it is Thursday the 4th of November today. Actually, I was supposed to be going ice skating today, which would have been lovely. But on the plus side, because I didn't go skating, I got to finish these off and got to play on my Singer sewing machine and thread it up and have a little stitch on it and stuff. But it's because dancing on ice, I've booked the ice rink out. So us mere mortals, we wasn't allowed to go, unfortunately. But do you know, I was telling you a bit of sneaky backstage news about who was going to be in it. Now, one of the people I was telling you about, a band member from Blue, who I said was going to be in it, what is after when everybody's been released, I'll tell you who they were exactly. But I found out he's only a stand-in, so he might not necessarily be doing it. but I think the other two are, from what I understand, the one from the Vamps and one from Love Island. But I don't know, things can change. I don't know, maybe they're backups, but I haven't heard that they're backups. But I have heard the band member from Blue is a backup, but he's not training at our rink now. He's training at a rink in London because he was just up here doing something. Apparently that's why he was practicing at our rink. Anyway, right, I'm just looking at the time. I'm going to show you something that's come through the post that I'm quite excited about, and it is I think, well, it is crochet, all crochet I think, so I hope you don't mind. But this is basically the Toft Bryce, I think you pronounce it, the shark and patch, right? So I've got something to tell you about these patches, and it's my first patch ever. Right, for Bryce the shark, you get a very large ball of silver double knit alpaca yarn. It's 100-gram ball, 225 meters, or 246 yards if that's what you're working. So that's going to be the main body of the shark. And this is I'm guessing this is a 25-gram. A 25-gram ball of cream, and that's going to be maybe the underside of the shark. And the pattern is in here. So that is what he looks like, and all the instructions are on the back. And the bonus to this is, now I purchased this from Create and Craft, right, but it is a Toft pattern and basically supplies, but I got this lovely iron-on patch, which now Toft do these. Now from what I know, you cannot purchase them, but you can be lucky enough to receive them in some of their kits, and I think they're going to start doing more of them. And the reason being is, what they're saying is they've got this bag, and what they want you to do is, when you want to give you these patches when you've made kits, and then you iron these patches onto this bag, so then when you go to shows and things, you can show off some of the things you've made in the way of a patch. Now I am going to be making this for my youngest son. He does still want a Pokemon. We've been playing Pokemon Go again, and we've been doing a lot of Pokemon hunting, which is quite nice because it's like children that like gaming. It's good for getting out, isn't it, and getting some fresh air and things, and it gives us something in common that, you know, we send each other gifts on there, transfer each other different Pokemon and that kind of thing. So it's nice to have that kind of rapport with your own children, you know. And so basically he wants a Pokemon. He desperately wants a Pokemon, so I'm thinking of crocheting these things up for Christmas. And he's shark crazy. He's actually 14. He has been shark crazy since he was a tiny boy, and it's crazy because my middle child has been cat crazy since he was a tiny boy, and he's 16, nearly 17, and he still loves them. And my youngest has been crazy about cars, and he's 17, and 18 now, sorry, and he's still crazy about cars. So it's funny, isn't it, these things? And then I thought, well, what about me? And what was I crazy about when I was a child? And I was crazy about my toys. And what do I make a lot of now I'm older? A lot of very cute and toy-like things, don't I? You know. So, and I did really like clothes, and I make clothes and things, don't I? So that is the kit basically. You don't get the hook. I didn't think I was getting a hook, no, but I've got a hook anyway. So I'm going to be making that hopefully for Christmas for my son. That's why I'm saying, like, it wouldn't matter a great deal if I don't do that for him for Christmas. He's got a birthday in March, so it might be a nice thing to work on after Christmas, because obviously the Christmas things, I've only got a short amount of time, haven't I, to get them done. But you never know, I might be saying this and I'll probably start stitching that tonight. Knowing me, I'll be making a good bit of progress on it tonight or something, you know. So anyway, Right, this is the other thing. This is also Toft, but I got it from Create and Craft. Now, I got it from them rather than Toft because I think it was a little bit cheaper, and I got a 10% discount because I'm a member. Gosh, my ears have gone ever so strange. What it is, my hearing is, you know, a bit damaged. So we don't know why my hearing isn't wonderful, and I should have a hearing aid. But every now and then, it's like I get my hearing back just for a few seconds, and then it like goes again, and it's really weird kind of thing when it happens. So it all sounded a bit strange then, and I'm not used to the house being so empty actually. So anyway, I might have to cut this out while I rip into this paper. Now on the paper it says Toft stash bag with Kerry the chameleon patch. So I'm lucky enough with this kit, or with this product, to get the chameleon pattern. Now I've never made the Toft chameleon, so that's a lovely thing. Hopefully I've got some green. I might have to get some yeah, I don't know how much green you need. It says you need 70, it's Aran. Oh no, you need 75 grams of double knit yarn in lime if you want to make it lime, and if you want to make it in Aran, and use a 3mm hook for the DK. If you want to make it in Aran, you need 400 grams and use a 5mm hook. And if you want to make it in chunky, which would be even bigger, you need 720 grams and an 8mm hook. I don't know if I want a green chameleon. I want a multicoloured chameleon, but that is a future make. Now, I'm a little bit concerned that my patch isn't in here, because it says with patch, and I can't see it, so I might have to get onto Create and Craft or onto Kerry and see what they say. Right, oh, this is the bag. Right, I can't find the patch, by the way. It's not in here, and I definitely didn't drop it. Right, this is the stash bag, and it's basically like a set of bookshelves, and it's two-sided, and there is books and yarn ball on this side. And what the idea is you put your iron-on patches onto this bag. Now, it is a wide bag, look, it does come out like this. I'm hoping they've put my patch inside it, actually. I can't see it in the bag. There's a pocket. Yes, it is. It's in here. I'm so happy. Do you know when you thought you was going to have to chase them up then? The patch is in it. Ta-da! So this is my iron-on patch from Toft. Now, what I will plan to do is I will start ironing on my patches onto my bag, but I'm only going to let myself iron them on. Well, is that risky? I was going to say I'm only going to iron them on when I've actually made the item, but is that a little bit risky? Because I run the risk of losing them, don't I? So let me get my shark one. So my son will be treated with a nice shark, and I'm treated to the patch. So the plan is, this is what you do. You put them on the bookshelves, you iron them onto there, and then you get a collection of them. So it's, well, actually, I say I'll lose them. What I should do is put them in the bag. So thank you so much for my order, Create and Craft. I don't know if it's come from your end or from Kerry, but it's arrived safely, and it's got a hard bottom if anyone's interested in this. Look, a hard bottom, and this doesn't smell musty. Do you remember me saying that other bag smelled a bit musty, didn't it? So so there you go. I'm really delighted with that. Now, am I going to take it to craft shows? I don't know. I might decide to keep this as a Toft bag and keep all my Toft yarns in it, maybe, and maybe all my Toft patterns, maybe even my Toft books. Just have it as a complete Toft bag, so if I want anything Toft hook, Toft pattern, Toft yarn, maybe this is the bag I'll go to keep it nice and organised. So I really hope you've liked seeing that. I will admit, because I was tempted to sew a bag, to put patches on. But then I just thought, you know, I want the bag, the top bag. So that is really exciting, isn't it? To have that. So thank you so much for joining me. Is this going to be it? Yeah, do you know what? I am going to finalise this video now. Obviously, I've got to go back and check all the editing, but I hope you've seen something that I've shown you today. I don't know exactly what I'm going to bring to you next time. Maybe a bit more craft footage, my nan's box. I really don't know at this present moment in time, but hopefully there's something you like seeing today, and hopefully there's something you like seeing next time. So thank you so much for joining me for my first episode of the Stitch Diaries, if that's what I keep calling it, and I will see you next time. Bye.